Dreams on Wheels, imagining the future of transportation. The early 20th century was a time of incredible change and innovation. The world was rapidly modernizing, and nowhere was this more apparent than in the realm of transportation. People were no longer content with horses and carriages. They craved faster, more efficient and more exciting ways to get around. Inventors and engineers, inspired by this desire for progress, responded with a dazzling array of new vehicles and ideas. Some of these innovations, like the automobile, would go on to become ubiquitous, transforming the world in ways that their creators could scarcely have imagined. Others, like the mono-wheel motorcycle, would remain curiosities, fascinating glimpses into alternate technological timelines. But all of them, from the practical to the fantastical, reflected the boundless optimism and spirit of invention that characterized the era. This period of experimentation and discovery laid the groundwork for the transportation systems we rely on today. It was a time when the impossible seemed within reach, when the line between science fiction and reality blurred, and when the journey itself was just as exciting as the destination. Let us embark on a journey back in time to explore the revolutionary rides that captured the imaginations of our ancestors and continue to inspire us today. The rise of the robot, chauffeur, driverless cars and their early days. The idea of a car that could drive itself, once a staple of science fiction, began to take shape in the early 20th century. Inventors, fascinated by the possibilities of automation, envisioned a future where automobiles could navigate roads without human intervention. While the technology of the time was not yet sophisticated enough to realize this dream fully, that didn't stop them from experimenting. One notable example is the driverless car demonstration by Houdiner Radio Control in 1925. Using radio waves, they were able to control a car remotely, showcasing the potential for autonomous vehicles. While this demonstration was more of a spectacle than a practical solution for everyday transportation, it captured the public's imagination and hinted at a future where cars could drive themselves. The development of driverless cars was driven by a desire for safety and efficiency. Proponents argued that by removing human error from the equation, accidents could be prevented and traffic flow could be optimized. While the technology was still in its infancy, the early experiments with driverless cars planted the seeds for the autonomous vehicle revolution we are witnessing today. The dream of the robot chauffeur, once relegated to the realm of fantasy, is now closer than ever to becoming a reality, thanks to the pioneering spirit of those early inventors who dared to imagine a world where cars could drive themselves. One wheel, infinite possibilities. The curious case of the mono-wheel motorcycle. While the driverless car aimed to revolutionize transportation through automation, the mono-wheel motorcycle took a dip. Often requires thinking outside the box and exploring unconventional solutions, even if those solutions don't always pan out. Section 4. Sparking a revolution, the electric car's journey from fringe to future. While the roar of the internal combustion engine dominated the early days of the automobile, a quieter, cleaner alternative was also being explored, the electric car. In fact, electric cars predate their gasoline-powered counterparts, with the first practical electric vehicle appearing as early as the 1880s. Early electric cars offered a number of advantages over their noisy, polluting cousins. They were quiet, smooth to operate, and emitted no exhaust fumes, making them particularly appealing in urban environments. However, they also faced significant limitations, primarily related to their batteries. Early battery technology was heavy, had a limited range, and took a long time to recharge. This made electric cars impractical for long distances and contributed to their decline in popularity as gasoline-powered cars improved and became more affordable. However, the electric car never truly disappeared, and its fortunes would change dramatically in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. As concerns about climate change and air pollution grew, interest in electric vehicles experienced a resurgence. Advances in battery technology, driven by the demand for portable electronics, led to the development of lighter, more powerful and faster charging batteries. This, combined with government incentives and a growing awareness of the need for sustainable transportation, paved the way for the mass adoption of electric vehicles we are seeing today. The electric car, once a niche technology overshadowed by its gasoline-powered rival, has emerged as a leading contender in the race to define the future of transportation. Its journey from fringe to mainstream is a testament to the enduring power of innovation and the cyclical nature of technological progress. Section 5. Oddities on the road, exploring the quirks of early 20th century transportation. The early 20th century was a time of experimentation in all areas of technology, and transportation was no exception. In addition to the driverless cars, monowheel motorcycles, and electric cars, a plethora of other unusual and intriguing vehicles emerged during this period. These quirky contraptions, often the brainchildren of eccentric inventors, captured the public's imagination and showcased the boundless possibilities of human ingenuity. One such example was the gyro monorail, a single-rail vehicle that used a gyroscope for stabilization. The brainchild of Lewis Brennan, an Irish-born Australian inventor, the gyro monorail promised a smoother, more efficient ride than traditional trains. While Brennan's invention garnered attention and investment, it ultimately proved too complex and expensive to be commercially viable. Another fascinating, albeit less practical, invention was the propeller-driven bicycle. These bicycles, outfitted with large propellers mounted on the front or rear, aimed to harness the power of the wind to propel the rider forwards. While they may have looked impressive, propeller-driven bicycles were notoriously difficult to control and prone to tipping over, especially in strong winds. Though many of these inventions ultimately faded into obscurity, they serve as a reminder that the path of technological progress is rarely linear. Innovation often requires exploring dead ends, embracing the unusual, and learning from failures.